Tonight against Utah at Crypto.com. Lakers Nation is anxious to find out if LeBron will make his season debut tonight. LeBron could be cleared to play depending on how he feels after shoot-around Tuesday morning. LeBron has been sidelined since training camp with a sciatic nerve condition in his lower back and left leg. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Let me be clear about what we're witnessing here. A textbook case of talking about communities instead of talking with them. Pedro Pizarro, president and CEO of Edison International, found time this week to sit down with the LA Times to discuss their so-called fast pay program for those impacted by the Altadena-Eaton Canyon fire. We think it is neither fast nor fair, but when we organized the community town hall, Southern California Edison first confirmed participation and then abruptly canceled. There was no time available on Mr. Pizarro's calendar for a face-to-face conversation with the individuals and families who have lost everything due to the negligence of Southern California Edison. This is not an accident. This is a choice about who deserves direct engagement and who gets managed through press statements. When you talk to the LA Times about people, you control the narrative. You get to frame the issues on your terms, with your spin, filtered through journalists who may or may not push back. But when you show up to a town hall, you face real questions from real people experiencing real problems. There's no PR buffer. There's real accountability. This pattern of being available to corporate media, but unavailable for community dialogue, sends a clear message about whose voices matter and whose don't. It's the kind of disrespect that hides behind busy schedules and prior commitments, but the community sees right through it. If these issues are important enough to discuss with the LA Times, they're important enough to discuss directly with the people living them. Anything less isn't just disrespectful, it's a fundamental failure of leadership and accountability. Mr. Pizarro says in the LA Times interview, I need to go to the supermarket in Pasadena or Altadena and be able to look people in the eye. We want to do the right thing for our community. You had a chance to look folk in the eye at our town hall meeting last week, but you didn't show up. And then we invited you for a one-on-one conversation here at the station, but you have yet to confirm. So please, please stop with the gaslighting. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
He is my king, he is my one. Yes, he's my father, yes, he's my son. I can talk to him, cause he understands everything I go through and everything I am. He's my support system, I can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch. And I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true.
KBLA Talk 1580. Yes, indeed. It's a Talking Point Tuesday, but we're focused on the black man right now, and we have one in the studio. He is a multi-talented creator. He works in all different mediums, radio, TV, film. He's director and producer of the documentary called Black Man, which seeks to reveal the depth, strength, and soul of the black men of America. It's an extension of his work as the founder of MOKITI, which stands for Men of Color in the Industry. Jon Covington, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm It's a pleasure to be here. I'm with Radio Royalty.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So your organization, you're from Michigan, but your organization is here.
Yes, based here.
Is based here. But it's about networking, bringing men together in the entertainment industry.
Absolutely.
And that's much needed. I know, many times working in these circles myself that we are marginalized as Black people. And I imagine, Black men have their own special version of that, which I may not be up on because I'm not one.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt it was necessary. It's been about 15 years. And one of the first things we did as an organization was we adopted an elementary school in South Central LA, where we created a weekly mentoring program, and we had that going for about 8 years at MLK Elementary. And so not just about the networking, but also about serving the community.
There's, I feel like there's not as many spaces as there could be for Black men to talk. I mean, I know there's barbershops, and I know, y'all in whatever various sports y'all be playing, y'all talking there. And I always joke that brothers talk on the phone more than we do, even though y'all like to say we're the ones on the phone. You're just talking about different stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not buying it. It's fine. We can argue about it or not. Like, I see brothers on the phone, blah, 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 basketball, blah, 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 football, blah, 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 Tory Lanez, whatever it is.
They're usually limited conversations, though.
Okay.
they're conversations, but in length, they're usually not an hour or two, I think.
Okay. Well,
maybe more frequent, but
I've seen
not
it
as long.
But the point is, I'm sure that there's stuff, whether it's camaraderie or, information or some kinds of healing that come out of that kind of an organization.
That is true. And one of the things about the organization is you find men getting to know men that they wouldn't typically get to know. So, for example, a football player usually hangs out with football players
and coaches, right?
Yep. A dancer, a creative guy, usually hangs out with other dancers and creative people. And so this organization has been just a blend of brothers, dancers and actors and singers and directors and composers and animators and models and you name it, all coming together to do the greater good work in the community. And to network jobs and opportunities.
Yeah, a couple of the brothers are in the chat backing you up. Paul says, Dominique, we're in text groups, not literally talking on the phone. I'm talking about, I be around
that's my guy, Paul.
Dudes in the industry. I have, 6 brothers. Like, I've seen y'all talking. Anyway, and Jerry Anderson says quality talking versus quantity talking.
There you go. See?
Michael says we condense our conversation. Do we expect the men to not back you up? Is that what we would expect?
The thing about it is, I think if I was off, they would note it. They would just do it in a respectful, king kind of way.
Got it. Okay, we're going to leave that there. I'm outnumbered, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just saying my observation. But I think that what I read is that out of your organization came this documentary.
Well, out of the organization came a literacy initiative called Men of Color Read in West Michigan and a couple of cities there that I created to help eradicate functional illiteracy in the urban core. We all know about third grade reading levels. There are even laws in some states that have reading laws where if a kid is not reading at the rate they should be by third grade, that they hold them back, like literally law. And so I created this to help eradicate functional illiteracy because I know without any statistics, the kids who would be most affected by those laws are kids who look like me, particularly little boys, little brown and black boys. And so that came out of Mokiti. So you got Mokiti and then Men of Color Read. And as a result of those two things happening over the last several years, I was asked to create a 3-minute loop for a steel art exhibit in West Michigan at the Muskegon Museum of Art titled Sons, where they were doing a steel art exhibit of black men in the community. And the community only has about 7% of the population are black men.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true in a lot of communities. So bottom line is that your work in literacy, your work in networking, Hollywood entertainment networking, and also mentoring, I guess you could call it, led to this idea that you want to do a documentary about black men, to take these conversations, short or long, and bring them to the screen as a means of doing. Yeah, in essence. What are you hoping to make happen with this piece?
Yeah, in essence, that's correct. In essence, well, one, in the documentary, you see black men, I think, in a way, and this has been the case in most of the screenings, you see black men in a way that you've not seen them on screen. And that comes from multiple screenings. That's the feedback. And so my hope is that it creates dialogue, that it creates more conversation, maybe not lengthy conversations.
We'll take them. Any conversations, we'll take them.
But it creates more conversations. An example, we screened in Washington, D.C., and after the Q&A, we had the screening, we had the Q&A, and then after the Q&A, I literally stood outside the theater another hour and 20 minutes with black men from the community. So it stirs up. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, all those things. And so it's my hope that we do that. We accomplish that in Los Angeles tomorrow at the screening at the NAACP Plus screening room.
Which is a beautiful screening room. It's the LA premiere.
Yes.
We'll talk more about that. I also, this is a Talking Point Tuesday around here where we try to debunk the things that we say or others say over and over again that don't serve us. And many times we don't even know where they come from. And so I want to get your take on what some of the talking points are about the black man and what we can do about them, or what your film does about them. 800-920-1580 if you want to talk with Jon Covington. He's a director, producer, and activist. You're listening to... Well, yeah, Mokiti, the Men of Color Read. Talk about all that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Kuselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online.
and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Guys, don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
The conversation continues right now with Dominic DePrima on First Things First.
Jon Covington is with me in the studio. He's a director and producer. I called him an activist. It's not on his bio. I'm just following the dots. You're working on literacy, trying to get Black men platforms to speak on, trying to create networking opportunities within the community. To me, that's activism. So
it is. Well, Lisa, are you listening?
that's his publicist. Yeah, we could add activist. Yeah. And by the way, thank you for taking on literacy. I looked at some numbers about reading skills and literacy within our community, and it really, I was ready to go to bed for 2 weeks and cry. Yeah. It was that serious. Yep. And actually, maybe we'll talk off the air at some point, because I unofficially launched the Baraka Book Club in honor of my dad, and I want to do some work around literacy. I just think it's so foundational, and I was really shook by those numbers.
They're staggering. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We got to do something about it.
And like the author Donald Bakir said on this show, it's not that our kids can't read. You got to give them stuff they want to read. Yeah. Right? And when you give them stuff they want to read, they can read.
One of the things we do at MOCR, Men of Color Read, is we make reading cool. And kids are more likely to do things that they see you do. You're cool. You're reading. Hey, that guy's cool. He's reading. And for little brown, black boys in particular, only about 2% or less of teachers are black males in the country. And so a kid in most cities can go K through 12 without ever seeing a black man in the classroom.
Yep, and I hate to say it as a mama of a black boy who's currently in college, praise God, that a lot of those black men that are in those schools are under so much pressure and scrutiny that they are not always able to advocate for the black boy in the way that you would think that they would. Yeah, you can see that. Man. You can see that in your mind's eye, I'm sure, because we've all seen it in business. You know, we've seen it in social situations. Yeah, with black man being the only one, and he knows that he's got to act a certain kind of way to maintain that position. That's not always in the best interest of the child. Anyway, we digress. So you say men of color. You said that several times, and your organization is Men of Color.
Men of Color Read. Men of color in the industry.
Right. So why do you make that choice? Because I've noticed a lot of pushback, particularly from black men, around this idea of people of color, men of color. They want to be called out. I'm doing something for black people. I'm not doing something generally for men of color. There's a sense that if we say men or people of color, that there's an erasure of our blackness in that.
Well, this is my take. This is my take on that. That's a great question. One, I think that if we as black men join forces when possible, when we should, with others of color, other men of color, we are more impactful. when we should, not just to be doing something and just to throw the phrase men of color out there.
Right.
But when it makes sense, when we should, I think us coming together, we're more impactful. And the truth of it is that in many of our communities, I mean, we're in Southern LA. When you look at other people, brown people, you know, that's a part of the equation. But the title, I will say, in addition to that, the title of my film, however,
right,
is Black Man. So I specifically wanted to talk to other black men.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's see, there's some conversation here. Yeah, so many black teachers got let go and replaced by people who weren't educating my generation on true black history. Consequences of Brown versus the Board of Education, says Paul. And Molly Bell says, wonder will we have our Pan-African Film Festival in February? Yes, we will be having it. I can tell you that for sure. Maybe we'll even see your film there?
I did a first look there.
Okay.
Yeah, but the film's done now. But I did do a first look there. So
first
maybe,
look is like a rough cut.
Yeah, rough cut. Yep. But it's very possible. It's very possible to see the final finished version in February in LA. So we'll see how tomorrow goes.
All right. Well, one way we can help make that happen, if you want to see that happen, is to show up to the screening. Tell us all the details, what we need to do, you know, where, how do we get tickets?
Sure. The premiere, Black Man, is taking place at the NAACP screening room, NAACP Plus screening room, 5757 Wilshire Boulevard. And if you know where the SAG-AFTRA building is, it's in the SAG-AFTRA building. And the doors open at 5:15. The film starts at 6 p.m. sharp. And afterwards, we are having a community conversation titled Black Man Rise. And some of the folks who are part of the panel of that community discussion are the platinum-selling recording artist Major, Quincy Isaiah, an actor who was most recently seen in the HBO series playing Magic Johnson, Quincy Isaiah. We've got Amadou Seck, who is a VP at Macro Studios. He's joining the conversation. We've got an entertainment lawyer, and we've also got BJ Williams, of the founder of Can I Be Vulnerable. So those guys combined with the audience, we are going to have a dynamic time. You can get tickets on Eventbrite. Tickets are getting real slim. You can get them. Yeah, you can get them on. Yeah, thank you. You can get them on Eventbrite, and you can just type in International Men's Day.
Okay.
And that's what's happening tomorrow. It's International Men's Day.
Don't type in Black Man. Type in International.
Well, that'll probably come up too, actually, if you type in Black Man.
Who knows
but
what
I
else
know,
will come up?
Yeah, and also #BlackManFilm, and you can get all the information if you hop on social media. #BlackManFilm. Obviously, all one word. It's a hashtag, and we have an email. You can shoot us an email: BlackManConversations@gmail.com.
Oh, wow. That sounds like it should be a show on this station.
I'm with it. Tavis, are you listening?
Like, yeah, well, he probably is.
Yeah.
BlackManConversations@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, so Talking Point Tuesday. I feel like we talk a lot about the black man in this society. Well, let me back off that. On this station, we do it one way. In the mainstream media, it happens in another way. So what are some of the things you would like to see debunked? I mean, aside from the obvious, like super predator BS, what are the things you would like to see debunked about the way we talk about black men in media, the way we talk about black men in the mainstream, and even among ourselves? Because sometimes I believe we have self-sabotaging behaviors that show up in language. I mean, I'll give you an example. For us, it's one of the most tricky ones is the strong black woman, because it sounds like a compliment, but it's really a stereotype. It's really a means of expecting us to do everything without the care and support, the kind of respect and being cherished that other women might expect. No, you're a strong black woman. You're supposed to be a mule. You're supposed to be a worker. You know, you birthed them babies. No, like we're still women. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's an example of a talking point about black women, which sounds like a compliment, but ends up undermining us.
I think too, I would say, black men don't cry.
Okay.
I would say black men don't cry, and we perpetuate that, and we raise our sons, and we tell our sons not to cry. And heartbreak, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, is a part of life, and something will affect you right there, right dead smack in the center of it. And to say, and for us to perpetuate it, I think is nonsense, because what's going on in there is going to come out somewhere. Personally, I'd rather it come out in a tear or two.
Right,
Now,
cry rather than have a disease or internalize the pain.
Stress,
mental health problems.
Mental health, which we had a young guy about 37 years old come to a first look of the film, and he said after seeing the film, he said he felt like he had been in therapy for the first time, just watching the film. And as it relates to your question from the other folks' point, which I can't tell them what to do and what they shouldn't do.
Actually, you can.
Okay.
They might not listen, but we can give guidelines.
All right. Okay, you ain't got to tell me but once, Dominique.
It's called guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Many of them believe that we're inhumane. And one of the comments that came from an elderly Caucasian woman at a first look, she said that she felt like after seeing the film Black Man, that for the first time in her life, and this is in Muskegon, Michigan, for the first time in her life, she had an actual conversation with a black man. Now, it's not a two-way conversation because she's watching a film.
Well, she's talking back.
Yeah.
While she's watching, we've got news, traffic, and sports here. Jon Covington is my guest. He's a director, producer, and we've got a lot to talk about.
Hey, let's get it.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The deal to end the government shutdown includes a ban on hemp products with more than 0.4% THC. Senator Ted Cruz tried to block the ban, calling it a states' rights issue. Heather Fajo is with the Texas Cannabis Policy Center.
Advocates have an opportunity to talk to lawmakers about regulating rather than prohibiting hemp products.
Products like gummies, drinks, and lotions would be impacted. The search is on for the suspect who shot Jets cornerback Chris Boyd in Midtown Manhattan. Police released new images showing the man in black clothing and multicolored sneakers. Boyd remains hospitalized in stable condition after being shot in the stomach with the bullet lodged in his lung. And Jake Paul will fight black former heavyweight champ Anthony Joshua in Miami on December 19th. The 8-round bout streams live on Netflix. The original fight with Gervonta Tank Davis was canceled due to his legal issues. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Santa may check his list twice, but Nissan quality checks every model thousands of times. Add a Nissan to your list to save big on Rogue, Pathfinder, Frontier, and the entire award-winning lineup at the Nissan Year-End event. Shop your Southern California Nissan dealers and NissanUSA.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The bad news continues for the Clippers. In addition to losing at Philadelphia Monday night 110-108, the Clippers found out that starting forward Derrick Jones will miss at least 6 weeks with a sprained right knee. Jones, injured Sunday night in Boston, is averaging a career-high 10.9 points. Kawhi Leonard also did not play Monday night. Leonard has missed 8 straight games with an ankle injury. The Clippers are 1-8 in their last 9 games. At 4-10, they have the third worst record in the Western Conference. The Lakers are back in action tonight against Utah at Crypto.com. Lakers Nation is anxious to find out if LeBron will make his season debut tonight. LeBron could be cleared to play depending on how he feels after shoot-around Tuesday morning. LeBron has been sidelined since training camp with a sciatic nerve condition in his lower back and left leg. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Established in 2020 during a time of deep racial unrest across our state and country, the Black Freedom Fund was created to make sure that leaders and organizations working to support Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us in creating a future where Black people harness their full power to shape their lives and realize a just world for all. Learn more at fundblackfreedom.org. That's fundblackfreedom.org. The Black Freedom Fund is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Established in 2020 during a time of deep racial unrest across our state and country, the Black Freedom Fund was created to make sure that leaders and organizations working to support Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us in creating a future where Black people harness their full power to shape their lives and realize a just world for all. Learn more at fundblackfreedom.org. That's fundblackfreedom.org. The Black Freedom Fund is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
You Belong Here with Mr. Jon Covington. Our guest today is a director and producer. The film out now, premiering tomorrow in Los Angeles, is called Black Man. It's at NAAC Plus Screening Room, which is 5757 Wilshire. But you need a ticket, so you're going to have to go to Eventbrite. And apparently you better hurry up because it's selling fast. Yeah. Otherwise, you might have to just wait until it's either released or maybe it comes back to the Pan-African Film Festival or... Or we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
We shall see.
And you can also shoot us an email too, BlackManConversations@gmail.com. We're responding to all emails today. My team is working vigorously, and I've got the publicist du jour.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walisa.
Walisa, yes, Walisa Bennett. We love her.
Yeah.
So that screening is step one. You'll probably get either some kind of streamer or some kind of theatrical release. Is that the goal?
Yes, and then beyond that, I really would like an ongoing something, like this is just the beginning.
Yeah, an
you
ongoing
mentioned it.
BlackManConversations.
Yep. You mentioned it, I think, in our first segment.
Yeah.
But that is in the brain. And so I would like to continue. And the funny thing is when we go to different cities for the cities we went to for the first look, many of them said, oh, we need a black man. Let's say I'm in D.C. We need a black man D.C. We need a black man Detroit. We were in Detroit.
Yeah.
And we had one of the congressmen hosted a private screening, and I guess there were about 100 primarily men there from all different, you name it, Nation of Islam, and this group over here that doesn't necessarily connect with the nation, and then this other group over here that doesn't necessarily connect with that particular group, and they were all there together and all stuck around afterwards and had a question for me. And the question was, what do we do?
Interesting question.
Yeah. As black men,
so what's
what do
your
we
answer?
do? Yeah, what do we do? I said, well, first of all, we come together.
Right.
Okay.
Start with unity. Start with communication.
Period. That's the first step.
What's the spirit in that room with the NOI and the police guys and whoever else shows up?
It was crazy, but it really, I think afterwards out in the theater, the long hallway, and they're all standing in line, and I think them all walking up to me primarily with the same question, brother, what do we do? What do we need to do? We're ready to work. Where do we need to go? We saw the film, we listened to the Q&A, and we are now pumped up and ready to do what we need to do. And some of them felt like that's part of what's been missing from the ecosystem, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's why KBLA 1580 and other elements are important to our community.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I'm also thinking about a conversation we had off the mic, which is you said that you feel like black men are under attack more now than at any time during your lifetime. What do you mean by that? Explain how that manifests, what it looks like, how it feels.
Well, factually, there are other places, not even of America, I'm saying outside of America, there are other places that spent gazillions of dollars in 2024, in 2020, and 2016. They spend gazillions of dollars perpetuating misinformation targeted at the black man. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Now and
they're still doing it.
And they're still doing it. Oh yeah, no, they haven't said, "Oh, I'm a chill."
Right.
Not not by any means.
They say, "Oh, this mess works."
Exactly, and we've seen that it works. Why does it work is the question, and that's why films like Black Man and other things. I mentioned KBLA. That's why other elements, I call them elements, things that we need are important. And then if you want to talk inside of America, just look around as it relates to the attack on the black male. Get rid of everything that you can that involves us.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I feel like that is a question that hasn't been asked enough. There's been a lot of hand-wringing and pearl-clutching and analysis and condemnation about how many black men are in the manosphere, or do they really hate black women, or are they really going MAGA, or all of these things. But what I haven't heard is what you just said. Why does this work? What is missing? What do black men need? What are they starved for that is allowing Russian bots and Ukrainian actors to pose as black websites, to pose as Instagram sites and Twitter pages, and suck us in?
Suck us in.
Why?
It's painful.
Have you gotten to why?
No, but we're going to. And that's why a continued conversation. We just can't have a one-off. We can't just have a black man documentary and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it lends itself that the Black Man podcast or the Black Man radio show, or both. And then, like you said, you could travel around and do local editions in dozens of cities. That would be great. Friday Jones is in the chat. She says self-heal and center family. That's what she thinks we should do. And yes.
Love that name.
Friday, yeah. She's she comes in here and she's an excellent guest. She's also the president of our local reparations advisory commission here in the city of Los Angeles. Before news, traffic, and sports, you were talking about some of the things, what I said, talking points about black men. And you said black men don't cry is one of them, and how the brothers themselves can perpetuate that. The whole suck it up.
With our sons.
Yeah, with your sons and probably yourselves. And I wonder a little bit how much we as women also add to that problem. Because I've heard the conversations. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I think a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot.
So how could we do better?
Ooh, man, you're going to get me in trouble today. You're going to get me in trouble on this good Tuesday morning.
It's good trouble. Jon Covington. Okay. It's always good trouble.
Yeah. Well, have you ever heard the phrase, a nice man comes along and he is present and he's amazing to a woman, and then she gets to the point where she says to her girlfriends, and I've heard it many times, not about myself, I is married, but I've heard it many times. Yeah, but girl, he too nice for me.
I mean, I've heard of women saying that. I've never said it. My girlfriends haven't said it to me, but I know that's a thing.
It's a thing.
People want bad boys.
It's
I
a
once
thing.
did a show called Why Do Girls Love Gangsters?
Yeah. See, so.
And it was wildly popular, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure it was. And I got to tell you something. My mother, who passed away, it's been about 4 years now. It's crazy.
Peace.
I try to, thank you. I try not to think about it because I was a mama's boy, but she passed away. It's been about 4 years now. And I overheard her and my wife having a conversation one day. I was in the bed and I happened to wake up, and I heard my wife and my mother talking about a man, and I could hear my mother through the phone, and I heard them saying, "Oh yeah, crying and all that stuff." And I overheard. This is my wife, and this is my mother. I
wasn't trying to get you in trouble. You tried to get yourself in trouble.
And I was just like, wow. So a man who is conscious, and who is present with his feelings is a bit of a turnoff. And I'm thinking, And so the black man has a lot to deal with as it is.
So we could do better by making space for you to be fully expressed emotionally as human beings.
Yeah, but because women say that's what they want. They say, "Oh, I want a man who's honest. I want a guy who I can trust."
You know, I have heard all that, but I've never heard a woman say, "I want a man who cries." I must admit, I've never heard that.
No. And now let's be clear.
To me, it shouldn't be a deal breaker because, that is emotion. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. But no, you've never heard it, and I doubt that you ever will. However, it's an emotion, and just think that a man cannot share his honest emotions with his woman because he is afraid.
There you go. That's what it is, because we always say we want you to share your honest emotions. We might not say we want you to cry. We want you to tell me I can handle it, and then I get mad after.
You can't handle it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's well said. I think we could get to that place because I feel like gender roles and definitions of relationship and marriage are changing rapidly. And hopefully we're getting to the point where we make our own definitions that we both agree on.
There you go.
The man and the woman in that relationship agree on it and they move forward. Robert Casey is in the chat saying, I've seen the documentary several times. All caps, it's a must see. We're talking.
Rob is the brother. I hope I can say this, Rob. You said it publicly. Rob is the brother who said he felt like he had been in therapy for the first time after watching the documentary. And he's seen early looks as well.
Okay, go Rob.
Friday. So this has been a work in progress.
Well, that's called a film, right?
Right.
Friday also said emotionally articulate and emotionally mature is a winning combo.
Hey.
A black man, and Carl Tucker says, black man needs something to do every morning and make money daily and be able to protect themselves from the evil in authority.
I agree with you. Balance is the key to a prosperous, healthy life.
Right. I mean, and men have tear ducts just like women for a reason.
Yeah.
Crying is a relief. It is an outlet.
Yeah. My good brother Jason Wilson has a book, and I can't think of the name of it.
We'll look it up.
Jason Wilson wrote a book. Gosh, the name is escaping me. I've read it 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
But it's a great book, and I recommend it.
Well, my point was that, there's one thing to cry. It's another thing to be crying all the time.
Right.
I mean, it's
that's
a balance.
not what we're talking about.
Talk about balance.
Yeah. Balance. If you're crying all the time, you need to go see somebody.
Get some help.
Yeah,
but
we got an issue with that.
But getting help.
Yeah, getting help.
Let's see. The master to the characteristics of the comprehensive man the moment demands.
Nope, it's got cry in the title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got
cry in
the title.
That's Jason Wilson. Battle cry, waging and winning the war within. There you go. Jon Covington is my guest. We're talking black man. You're welcome in. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominic DePrima when we come forward.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
The laws have not changed in California. All workers must be paid properly and protected from retaliation. Retaliating against a worker or not paying them because of their immigration status is illegal. Don't believe the lies. California laws protect all workers, regardless of immigration status.
Document retaliation and wage theft. Report it to the Labor Commissioner's office. Learn about your labor rights. Visit wagetheftisacrime.com.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-283-2427. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-283-2427, 800-283-2427, 800-283-2427.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
Indeed, Jon Covington is here. He's a director and a producer, and you can sample his work if you get your ticket right away from Eventbrite. The premiere of the documentary Black Man is screening tomorrow night, 6 p.m. I might even be able to go because it's early. You know, I have to go to sleep early after this job.
It would be a pleasure and an honor to have you.
Thank you. It's at NAACP Plus Screening Room on 5757 Wilshire Boulevard. There's an incredible panel. Sounds like afterwards, Quincy Isaiah, Major, Madhu Sek, and others.
And Ian Wallace, too, yeah.
Ian
is a part of it. He does bedtime conversations with his wife, Jamel Hill, which is a trip.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're quite funny.
Yeah.
Well, they're funny.
He's a part of the panel as well.
I mean, apparently they've learned how to argue on camera and not let it and not let it affect their marriage because they're always disagreeing about something.
Yep.
Okay, so somebody called and they had a question for you. They're at work. They couldn't stay on the phone. How would you change the school curriculum was their question.
As it relates to history, I would only include facts.
So what are we including now that aren't facts?
We teach things that didn't happen in history.
You mean like the Columbus discovering America?
That is correct.
But although supposedly that's not in the book anymore. I know. I had to go down to my son's school when he was little. It's like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. But if we see things that aren't true as it relates to social media, then I doubt that everything that we're teaching has gone to just facts. And so I would start there because history is a big part of our trajectory, knowing where we come from, knowing what's happened. It's kind of hard to become when you have no idea what's been.
Yeah.
So that's where I would start. We could have a whole conversation, I think, about the education system, and we don't have time because Jay French is here.
Rapper Jay French is here, so it's about to be on. And not only is rapper Jay French here, your publicist is texting me. What is happening this morning?
Oh, what is she talking about?
She's saying that she's going to put me on the media list. I guess maybe I missed something. Okay. But anyway,
perfect.
Or maybe
We'd
she
be
means
honored.
the guest list.
No, she. I think she. Whatever she do, she do what she do. We just Lisa. She does her thing, you know. But we would be honored to have you there. Definitely would love to shout out. We'll shout out KBLA regardless. But
thank you.
It'd be great to do it with you there.
Well, you followed up on the Black Men Don't Cry piece. The second one you were talking about was for sort of the mainstream population, white folks and others that aren't black, who said that you think the talking point is that black men are inhumane. Now, did you mean inhumane as in they're not kind and considerate and humanitarian toward others, or did you mean it as in not human?
D, all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah. D, all of the above. Media, mainstream media often shows us as black men getting in a police car, in the back of a police car, or some sort of crime or something. That's why the Caucasian lady who saw the film I mentioned in one of the first looks, that's why she felt like she had a conversation with a black man for the first time. Because, and she was probably 66, 67 years old, maybe 70, but her perception of the black man was all based on what she sees on TV. Right? She'd never had an actual conversation.
So then you feel like engagement or even different images in media, i.e. your film Black Man, are the answer to that.
Absolutely.
Or part of the answer to that.
Absolutely. And the ongoing conversation.
Right, because when we look at the killings of black men, specifically by police, but hate crimes too, to me a lot of it comes from that idea of, black men have superhuman strength, or they're somehow not the same as other people.
Inhumane.
Inhumane, yeah. So the answer is more engagement. The answer is more dialogue.
More dialogue, conversations, content.
Self-reflection too, no?
And the film, absolutely, self-reflection, and you see that in the film. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
So the film deals with fatherhood, it deals with history, it deals with heartbreak, it deals with racism, it deals with America. One of the questions that I asked the guys in the film, what would you say to a foreigner who's never been to America, who's coming to America for the very first time? What would you say about America?
Well, there's a whole movie right there unto itself. Jon Covington, I really appreciate you coming in. It's very nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure, Queen.
What do you want to leave us with? We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Well, go out today and make a difference somewhere. Encourage somebody. And I'm talking to the brothers who are listening, but this goes for everybody. I feel, Dominique, that really we embody what we need to change our communities. We've got it. If we implement the things that we've talked about during this conversation, we can change our community. Nobody's coming in on a white horse to save the day. When I say nobody, I'm talking about others.
Right.
It's up to us.
To save ourselves, love ourselves, and have some communication. Remind folks how to follow you in your work.
Jon Covington, social media, Jon Covington, Covington. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I guess I need to start doing TikTok. I heard you talking about TikTok earlier.
Yeah,
I'm on there,
convinced me, and I'm loving it actually.
Yeah, I've got a young fellow who's flying in a few hours, and he's gonna help me set up my TikTok. I've got a profile, but
Excellent.
Yeah, Jon Covington, BlackManConversations at Gmail. I respond to all messages, and yeah. That's it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, and
thank you.
Best of luck with your film.
Thank you so much.
All right, rapper Jay French is coming up next after news, traffic, and sports, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The deal to end the government shutdown includes a ban on hemp products with more than 0.4% THC. Senator Ted Cruz tried to block the ban, calling it a states' rights issue. Heather Fajo is with the Texas Cannabis Policy Center.
Advocates have an opportunity to talk to lawmakers about regulating rather than prohibiting hemp products.
Products like gummies, drinks, and lotions would be impacted. The search is on for the suspect who shot Jets cornerback Chris Boyd in